Hey guys, it's ExandShadow, and we're in Watson's electrical gym. Going through the gym itself was rather easy. Just press switches and you're good. Sorry about lack of updates, I'm working on it. So anyway, this is my team. We've got Gavi, Zuli, Solaris, and Nairman, of course. Same team as we've had the entire time, except for when I haven't had them. Yeah, and Slave One, but nobody cares about him. So anyway, this is Watson. There was some sort of background thing about him where he powered the town or something. I don't know. I'm glad to see some sort of backstory with these guys, but whatever. Watson, fighting him shouldn't be a problem unless if you're like me and chose Trico. You see, his only real threat are his Magnemites, and if you have Torchic, you should be able to kill them with fire moves easily. And if you chose Mudkip, it should be evolved into a Marsh Chomp right now, and be a ground type. And if you've got a ground type, you're pretty much set for this fight. So, if you're like me and you chose Torchic, well, you're not completely out of luck, because your Torchic will be resistant to electric type moves, which is a plus. But taking his Magnemites down is going to be kind of a bitch. So, I recommend having either a ground type, which I don't have, or going like me and using fighting type moves, because that's one of the few types that are super effective against steel. Just wail on these guys with as strong physical moves as you can. Electric types have nefariously bad defense stats, which means that if you pretty much tap them, they're gonna fall over and die. He also has a Voltorb, but seriously, this thing shouldn't be a threat. It only got lucky and killed Solaris there. The thing about Voltorb is that it's wicked fast, but it can't do much to you, so just don't worry about him. And then you've got his last Pokemon, which is Magneton. Magneton is a pretty it's a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. If you're like me and you've got fighting type moves, or if you've got fire type moves or ground type moves, this thing won't be much of a problem. But if you don't, oh god help you, this thing can deal out tons of damage. But thankfully I was able to take it down okay. And for beating Watson, we will get the Dynamo badge. No, not Dynamo from Mega Man X5 and X6. But yeah, the Dynamo badge, it's just another badge, and we also get money and stuff too. But however, for beating Watson, we can also use Rock Smash outside of battle. Yay! Rock Smash is... it's a sucky move. I'm not gonna lie. Rock Smash, Cut, both horrible moves. At least Flash has some sort of redeeming value. But no, Rock Smash sucks. Relegate it to a slave position and then just move on with your life. So anyway, you've beaten the gym. Good for you. I recommend going to heal and then heading west to Vertindorf town. As you see. Oh, and for some reason I forgot that the bike existed, so that's not why I'm not using it in these parts. So anyway, yes, this is the route with the daycare in it. The daycare was invented, well, the daycare was originally in the first game, but it was expanded on in the second game, and I'll talk about it over this double battle, because it's a double battle, and I'm kind of obligated to leave these in. Sorry. But anyway, the daycare center. You put your Pokemon in there, and they'll raise 1 experience point per step you take. It's a good way for raising levels of the Pokemon that are really high leveled, like 80s, 90s, because at that point everything is so underleveled that it's hard to get any experience. So I recommend it for that, but however, the daycare center's real purpose is for breeding. I'm not going to be doing any breeding in this Let's Play because it takes too long. But basically how it works is that you put 2 Pokemon into the daycare, and if they're of a compatible egg group, like for example the monster egg group or the human shape egg group, like for example if you put Alakazam in with Hitmonchan or something like that, they will breed and they will have it will make an egg, and when it hatches it will be the Pokemon that was the female. It has to be male and female. Pokemon does not like gay pride. But yeah, so if you have a female Alakazam and a male Hitmonchan, the baby will be a Abra. But the moves that were, if there were any moves that were in the male that could be learned by the baby, they will have those moves. All TMs and a few specific moves for each one. So, since you can't duplicate TMs in this game, breeding the Earthquake TM is actually a really good idea for anyone. So yeah, these are Whippear berries. They don't do anything. Yeah, but breeding is very useful and nearly mandatory if you're going to go into the competitive battling scene. I personally don't have the patience for it most of the time, but it's still a very good. It's still very useful. A great feature. So yeah, this is a person, and I cut that out. Now, you might be wondering, what the hell are you doing running in the wild, in the grass? Well, I'll tell you what the hell I'm doing. I'm catching a Pokemon. This is Zigzagoon. You've seen him many times before, and yeah, there's not much to say. He's the Rattata of the game. But, why am I catching him? Because Slave 1, the douchebag, cannot learn Rock Smash. Fucking fantastic, isn't it? So, we're going to be killing this Zigzagoon by catching it. Catching it, and it will become Slave 2. Slave 2, and it shall learn Rock Smash. Joy to the world. It's really... I recommend catching a Zigzagoon, not only for Pokedex, but because it's so useful for TMs and HMs. It's one of the best HM slaves, I think, in the entire series, honestly. But, yeah, we caught Zigzagoon. It's not that exciting, honestly. Zigzagoon as a Pokemon kinda sucks. I would not recommend it as an actual competitive Pokemon unless if you like a challenge or humiliation. Yes, I nickname it. I name it Slave 1 because I do. I don't know. So, yeah. Slave 1. It's a boy because I haven't found a girl. Oh yeah, for some reason I think that I'm supposed to do lowercase, but I realize not. And I should have cut this out, thinking about it. But I'm not going to do it anymore, since I'm already talking. So, seen any good movies recently? Yeah. This is boring. We should be done. Save 2. Okay, finally, we're back to doing important stuff. So, now we've got our Slave 2. I just go to the summary just to look at it. Pickup is actually a pretty useful ability. It allows you to pick up items and stuff. You'll find some cool stuff. You'll find, like, max elixirs if you're lucky. I'd recommend just walking around with a whole bunch of pick-up Zigzagoons at some points, and just letting them pick up all sorts of fun crap. It's a good way to get money, a good way to get items, which is fun.